There aren't many things that can make a football fan shudder more than the Madden NFL cover curse. Worse than the email chain you forgot to forward on, the Madden curse goes like this. Every year since 1998, EA Sports has featured at least one NFL player on the front cover of its popular video game. Once the player graces the front cover, the player is doomed to encounter something awful. A string of bad luck on or off the field, poor performance, and sometimes a career-ending injury. Lord Voldemort wishes he came up with this. Has the curse finally been broken? Or are NFL players forever doomed? Stay with us as we dive into a quick history of the Madden NFL cover curse. Named after famed coach and commentator John Madden, the popular video game series first dropped in 1988. Madden graced the cover until 1998, when EA Sports decided to look at having alternative covers with NFL stars, which is when many believe the curse began. Something you may not know was that Madden had a short stint as a football player in 1958, and guess what happened to him? He sustained a career-ending injury during his rookie year with the Philadelphia Eagles. Now we know this is years before EA Sports created its famed video game, but with the man it was named after having a playing career that short-lived, well, maybe that's just where the curse reared its ugly head. Garrison Hearst, Madden NFL 99. In 1998, Garrison Hearst of the San Francisco 49ers graced the Madden NFL 99 alternative cover all by his lonesome. That season, during his team's second-round game against the Atlanta Falcons, Hearst got his foot caught as he was trying to spin away from Falcons defensive end Chuck Smith, causing a horrific foot injury. If that wasn't enough to take him out, complications from surgery caused a bone in his foot to die, making him miss the next 2 seasons. Barry Sanders and Dorsey Levens, Madden NFL 2000. The first Madden NFL 2000 cover featured John Madden with Detroit Lions' Barry Sanders in the background. One of the strangest occurrences of NFL history is that Sanders retired from the NFL shortly after his Madden cover. It was only his 10th season. His unexpected exit left many stumped. Did this great player leave because he was over football? Or was it something more ghostly? After Sanders' quick exit, EA Sports placed Green Bay Packers' Dorsey Levens on the cover. Levens was widely regarded as a rising star up until his cover, when a pair of knee injuries became too much to bear, and then his team missed the playoffs, ruining their good run. Eddie George, Madden NFL 2001. Heisman Trophy winner Eddie George graced the cover of Madden 2001. The star running back of the Tennessee Titans had a record-breaking season, helping lead the Titans to the divisional finals against the Baltimore Ravens. His great season lured fans into believing the curse wasn't maybe all that real, but then during the divisional finals, George had a playoff fumble that many fans would say cost the Titans the Super Bowl that season. Daunte Culpepper, Madden NFL 2002. Minnesota Vikings quarterback Daunte Culpepper featured on the Madden 2002 cover. Culpepper had stormed onto the scene the year before with 33 touchdown passes, but the season after his cover was released, well, it was only downhill from there. The Vikings went 4-7 and Culpepper threw 18 touchdowns with 23 interceptions. Then, Culpepper suffered a knee injury during a game against the Pittsburgh Steelers that ultimately made him miss the rest of the season. Marshall Faulk, Madden NFL 2003. The 2003 cover featured one of the NFL's all-time great running backs, Marshall Faulk. Faulk had led the St. Louis Rams to a second Super Bowl just a season earlier, and it looked like he would continue that winning streak. However, a nagging ankle injury during the 2002 season made him miss 2 games, costing him his streak of 5 consecutive 1,000-yard rushing seasons. Does anyone have some sage to burn? Michael Vick, Madden NFL 2004. Michael Vick exploded onto the NFL scene, setting quarterback records left, right, and center. Vick had led the Atlanta Falcons to an unexpected playoff victory the season before he graced the Madden NFL 2004 cover. However, right after he was featured, Vick fractured his right fibula during a preseason game, with the injury forcing him to miss the first 11 games of the season. If that wasn't enough, Vick was later arrested in 2007 for an illegal interstate dogfighting ring and served 21 months in prison, and then was dropped by the Falcons. Ray Lewis, Madden NFL 2005. Baltimore Ravens defensive Ray Lewis featured on the cover in 2005. After a career high of 6 interceptions, the season after his cover, he failed to have a single interception. the first time that had ever happened in his career. The Ravens also failed to make the playoffs for the first time in several years, and to make matters worse, Lewis broke his wrist, missing one game, and then found himself on the bench at the end of the year with a torn hamstring. Nothing says Madden NFL Cover Curse like a string of horrific injuries. Donovan McNabb, Madden NFL 06. Philadelphia Eagles quarterback Donovan McNabb hit his peak before he graced the EA Sports 2006 cover. In 2004, he threw 31 touchdowns and led the Eagles to the Super Bowl. But the next season, the season after he was featured, was, shock, gasp, one of his worst. His feud with Terrell Owens unraveled, and he injured himself in Week 9 with a sports hernia, costing him the final 6 weeks. Nothing says spooky football curse like a hernia. Shaun Alexander, Madden NFL 07. Seattle Seahawks running back Shaun Alexander was unstoppable. He rushed for 1,880 yards and set an NFL record with 28 touchdowns. Expectations remained high for Alexander after he featured on the 2007 cover. However, the curse kept true to form, and in the third week of the season, Alexander broke a bone in his foot and missed 6 games. Vince Young, Madden NFL 08. 2006's Offensive Rookie of the Year Vince Young was the second person offered the cover in 2008. San Diego Charger LaDainian Tomlinson was the first player asked, but he declined. He said it was because the financial offer wasn't great, but maybe there was another curse-related reason. After the swap out, Tomlinson had a record-setting year, and Young had a terrible run. Young played in just 5 Tennessee Titans games before straining his quadriceps. He would only start 22 more games in his career and was out of the NFL 5 seasons later. Brett Favre, Madden NFL 09. Madden 09 featured Green Bay Packers quarterback Brett Favre, who had just retired, and fans breathed a sigh of relief. A retired cover star meant a season off from the curse, but no, Favre soon decided to unretire and was traded to the New York Jets. Favre started the season well for the Jets, but then threw only 2 touchdowns and 9 interceptions. The Jets failed to make the playoffs after going 8-3 at one point in the season. Not really the I've just come out of retirement trajectory you would want. Troy Polamalu and Larry Fitzgerald. Madden NFL 10. The Madden NFL 2010 cover decided to have 2 stars on it, maybe to distract the curse? However, both its stars sustained injuries that season, so the joke's on us. Arizona Cardinals receiver Larry Fitzgerald began with a great season, gaining over 1,000 yards, but then suffered a rib injury that caused him to miss the playoff game and the Pro Bowl. Pittsburgh Steelers safety Troy Polamalu sprained his MCL in the season opener and missed 4 games. He then returned for 3 games before tearing his posterior crucial ligament and sat out the rest of the season. Drew Brees, Madden NFL 11. New Orleans Saints Drew Brees had a career high before gracing the cover, making 22 interceptions. However, he did sustain a bad knee injury that season, even though he played through it. The Saints would then go on to lose to the Seattle Seahawks, making them the first team in NFL history to make it into the playoffs with a losing record. Not the curse's finest work, but still, not cool. Peyton Hillis, Madden NFL 12. For the first time ever, Madden allowed their cover athlete to be decided by a fan vote, which was won by Cleveland Browns running back Peyton Hillis. Putting Hillis to the sacrificial altar didn't go so well, as he went on to suffer many hamstring injuries, strep throat, and at one point a sprained hip, missing 6 games. Calvin Johnson, Madden NFL 13. Everyone needs a break, and after ruining a few NFL players' careers over the years, this was the season the Madden NFL Cover Curse decided to go on vacation. Johnson had a historic season the year he was on the cover, giving fans and players a much-needed break. Adrian Peterson, Madden NFL 25. What happens when anyone comes back from vacation? Just ask the Madden Curse. After taking a year off, the curse came back in full swing when its 2014 cover star Adrian Peterson missed all but 1 game after being indicted on child abuse charges. Rob Gronkowski, Madden NFL 17. The curse must have gone on sabbatical until 2017 when it targeted New England Patriots tight end Rob Gronkowski, giving him a back injury that cost him the final 6 seasons of the season. These injuries would later lead Gronkowski into his premature retirement at age 29. Tom Brady, Madden NFL 18. Are we kidding? Not even a 20-year-old curse could touch Tom Brady. Antonio Brown, Madden NFL 19. While playing for the Pittsburgh Steelers, Antonio Brown put up one of the best seasons of his career after he featured on the Madden cover. Well, until he missed the last game of the season due to throwing a tantrum and missing practice. Brown was also reported as having frostbite after using a cryotherapy machine without proper footwear. Fans were quick to notice the Madden NFL game used an engine called Frostbite, and you can see the engine's logo on Brown's cover. Patrick Mahomes, Madden NFL 20. After being showcased on the cover of Madden NFL 20, the Kansas City Chiefs announced that Mahomes was out with a knee injury. However, despite injury, Mahomes would eventually lead the Chiefs through the playoffs and into the Super Bowl against the San Francisco 49ers, thus defeating the final boss and sending the curse back into the fiery depths from which it came. Lamar Jackson, Madden NFL 21. With the 2020 season not quite underway, it's hard to tell if Ravens quarterback Lamar Jackson will remain unscathed. But with the way 2020 is going, maybe the Madden NFL curse has doomed us all. EA Sports continues to dismiss the idea that their wildly successful franchise is responsible for the demise of some NFL players, but that sounds like something a sorcerer would say. If you want to end the Madden curse and see more videos, make sure to click the subscribe button.